Hello, hello, hello. It's Kathy with Kathy's Country Life. Thank you for being here. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer, and welcome if you're new. I just want to let y'all know that I'm a failure. I'm a failure. I attempted something this morning that did not turn good, and I even was videoing it, and it was such a flop, you're not going to see it. But I'll tell you what I did. I am making a recipe that uses Nutella. I did a shorts yesterday that talked about my love for Nutella and for a recipe that I'm doing today. Well, I got the wire hair because I had a bag of hazelnuts that somebody had given me, and I hadn't done anything with them. I didn't know what to do with them. And so this morning I thought, hey, let me look up a recipe for chocolate hazelnut spread and make my own Nutella. So I found a recipe. It looked very, very easy. Followed it to a T, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Here it is. It don't look too bad. But it is grainy. I don't like the texture of it. It don't taste bad, but I don't like it. It's too grainy. I mean, you just take a little bite and there's just like grains of sand all in your mouth. And I don't like it, so we're not going to do that. You're not going to see that video. It was a failure. If you've got a tried and true recipe of Nutella that comes out smooth and creamy like Nutella, let me know in the comments, because that one was crap. Okay, so what I'm doing today is a Nutella bread. It's very similar to my braided cinnamon roll bread that I did. I'll put a link to that video in the comments. But we're going to spread it with Nutella inside, and we're going to twist it up, and it's going to bake up beautiful, and it's delicious. Okay, so I already made my dough. You can look at that video where I made the cinnamon twist spread, braided bread, to get the dough recipe. But for the sake of time, I went ahead and made up my dough. And you'll see that I make my dough up in a bread maker. I just find that easier, but you can take that recipe and you can do it in your stand mixer with a dough hook. You can even hand knead it to make the dough. It's a little bit of a sweeter dough than just basic bread dough, because you added a little extra sugar to it, and vanilla and eggs. And this is probably known as a chocolate Babka bread, but a traditional Babka is made with a brioche bread, and this is not a brioche bread. A brioche bread is something that you make up and you let it sit and ferment overnight, and I did not do this. So this is just my basic sweet bread, not like a cake, just a sweet yeast bread recipe. So I'm going to bring it down here and we're going to roll it out. I'm reaching. Okay, I've oiled my countertop instead of flouring it. And I'm just going to roll this out into a rectangle. If you've watched me before, I am not a good rectangle roller out, but we try. I get close enough, I think. I'm just working on some breakfast stuff this morning. And after this, I'm going to show you how I can make homemade English muffins. Okay, just going to roll it out. Sides to be square, so it kind of looks like a rectangle. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Nutella. And this is a, let me get my glasses on. This is a 13-ounce jar. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to use the whole jar because this is like the goodness of all goodnesses. I love this stuff, and I don't buy it and keep it at home because this whole jar would be gone. Okay, I'm just going to spread this out. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge. I need an offset spatula. I've never had an offset spatula. And I'm going to bake this in my Pullman pan just like I did with the cinnamon roll braided bread. And then we are going to start rolling. This is a messy bread because you got the ooey gooey Nutella. And this is a pretty soft bread dough. I like to tuck in the ends. I'm going to pinch the seam. Okay. Get a knife. Okay, I'm not going to braid this. It's just going to be a twist. So I'm just going to go straight down the middle. And I'm leaving the top dough attached. I'm not cutting all the way through. Hello, chocolatey goodness. Okay, and I'm just going to twist. And yes, your hands will need a good washing after this. I'm just going to mash and seal. Okay. Blech. All right, I got my Pullman pan here, and I've already got some shortening in it. You don't ever want to use cooking spray in your Pullman pan. They don't recommend it, so don't do it. And we're just going to plop it in here. Hang on, let me go wash my hands. Okay. And I'm going to put a towel over it. I'm just going to let it rise just a little bit for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to pop it into a 375 oven. So I'm just going to cover this up and put it over to the side. Let me clean up my mess and we'll go on. Since I covered my countertop with some oil for that bread, I need to get the oil off because the English muffin bread, I'm going to have to sprinkle flour. This is just some dishwashing soap, Dawn, mixed with some water I keep in a spray bottle. And that can cut the oil, get the oil off really good. Okay, we're going to make English muffins now. I made up this dough last night. There's all kind of recipes out there for English muffins. There's some that you can just mix up the dough, make them right thin. I just want you to see all the bubbles that's in here. This is kind of like a sourdough dough because I let this ferment for probably, let's see, it's 10 after 10. I did this about 6 o'clock last night. So about 16 hours I have let this just sit on my countertop. I had it covered with cling wrap and then a dish towel. So for 16 hours I have let this ferment, and you get those beautiful bubbles, and it's kind of like a sourdough. I made a video of how I made it, and I'll insert it here. This is the day before that I'm going to make the English muffins. What I have in here is 2½ cups of all-purpose flour. I've got 1/4 of a teaspoon of yeast on this side and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt on this side. I'm keeping them separate. You don't want to put your salt directly on top of your yeast. In this measuring cup, I've got 2/3 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of butter, and I just warmed this up in the microwave until it got lukewarm, not too hot. You want it no more than 110 degrees, and to me it feels like it's about 100. I'm not going to use all of this liquid. I'm going to start out. Got that much left. What'd I do? That's probably about a little over 1/2 cup. And you want to get this stirred in well. And what we're looking for is a wet dough. Not too shaggy. I'll keep adding a little bit at a time until I get it to the consistency, and I'll show you how I like it. And I'm just using this Danish whisk. To use like a regular whisk in here, I think it's too thick and it just clump all up in that whisk. So if you don't have a Danish whisk, use maybe a big fork or just a big spoon. So see how shaggy it still is. Okay. And you just never know. It's according to the temperature of your house, the humidity level, you know, how much water you're going to need, how much liquid, milk, that you're going to need. And I'm going to need a little bit more, hush cash, I'm going to need a little bit more, so I'm going to warm up just some plain water to go in. Okay, I warmed up some, well, I actually just got some warm tap water out of my faucet. Okay. I'm just going to do just a smidge more. Okay, this is perfect. It's a wet dough, but it's not shaggy, so you've got enough liquid in here. I'm going to scrape anything down off of the sides. Cover it in plastic wrap. And I'm going to put a towel over it, and this will sit overnight. Insert it here. Okay, so we have it. It's fermented. It's going to be very, very sticky. And so we need to cover it very liberally with some flour. And you're going to treat this kind of like a biscuit dough. I'm not going to knead it. I'm not going to roll it. I am just going to flatten it out. And I'm going to use my biscuit cutter. And I've got a sheet pan that I just put a seal pad in to keep them from sticking. And we're just going to cut these out just like you would a biscuit. But this is by no means a biscuit dough recipe. I usually get 8 out of this, and that's about what I'm getting. Now it's not going to be very pretty, but that's okay. Okay, so I have 8. I'm going to cover these, let them rest for about 20 minutes, and then I'm just going to throw away that dough. I don't know what to use it for. Okay, I'm going to cover these up with a dish towel and get another one. I got through so many dish towels. We're just going to let these rest. We're going to let them rest for about 20 minutes. And these are not baked. They are cooked on your stovetop. So when those rest, by the time those get through resting, my Nutella bread will be rested. I can put those in the oven and we can start cooking up the English muffins. I'll be right back. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. I just put the bread in the oven and we're going to work on these English muffins. Now, a lot of recipes that you'll see, and I've made them like that before, is that you sprinkle some cornmeal in the bottom of your skillet. Because, you know, when you buy English muffins in the store, you know, they've kind of got a cornmeal outer dusting on it. You don't have to. It's just a corn, if you like that. I don't think it adds that much to it, so I'm just not going to do it. So you need to get a non-stick skillet. My favorite non-stick skillet at this point is, it doesn't have a lid, and I really like to have this with a lid because it will help steam it and cook the English muffins better. So anyway, I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to put these in. I haven't turned the heat on yet. I guess I can go ahead and do that. I'm just going to put it on a medium. Make sure I can get them all in. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on here, and it's going to come up to heat. We're going to watch them, and then when we start getting the light golden brown color on the bottom, we're going to flip them. Okay, they've been cooking for about 5 or 6 minutes, and I tested out one, and it's getting brown, so we're going to flip the rest of these. Looking good. I'm going to cook these for, well, until they start browning on the other side too. I am going to go ahead and put the lid back on so it holds the heat in, and we make sure that it gets cooked and steamed all the way through. So we're going to let these go for a few more minutes and I'll be back. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Whew, they're hot. Okay. So here we go. English muffins. And you can tell that I didn't, when I patted the dough out, it wasn't completely even because you got like a thin one and then a thick one. I took the thinner one out a little bit earlier than the thicker ones. But here we go, English muffins. I'm going to let it cool for just a minute and then we're going to break one open, smother it with butter, and see how it tastes. I'm going to cut up in this little small one. Oops, cold butter. I'm gonna put them back on and let it that butter melt. And what I do with these, which I'll show you, I'm gonna do a breakfast freezer day, maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure, but you know, I put eggs, either bacon or sausage, and cheese on it, wrap them up, and we'll take one of these for breakfast in the mornings. Very, very easy, delicious, better than a McDonald's. Listen. Hey. Oh, y'all. This is, and I promise you, and I ain't just saying this so that you'll keep watching my channel or whatever. I hope that you learn from this up. I ain't gonna tell you anything wrong. If something tastes bad, I ain't even gonna show it to you. Or I might show it to you and just tell you it tastes bad. Like that Nutella. But this is the best English muffin. So much better than store-bought. I just can't. It is so delicious. And because we let it ferment for 16 hours, you can go up to 18 hours, 18, 20 hours fermenting it. It has a sourdough texture to it without you having to do a sourdough starter and all that. But yeah, this is delicious. Yeah. I love them. I also made an English muffin bread. If y'all want to see that recipe, let me know down in the comments and I'll show you that. It's very easy. My husband loves that. Okay, so got about 7 minutes left on the chocolate bread, and so when that gets ready, we'll bring it out and show you that. I ain't lying. You will never ever buy store-bought English muffins after you try this recipe. You never will. It's time to get the bread out. Oh my stars. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna bring you down and look at it. This smells amazing. Okay. I'm going to let it sit here for just a minute, for about 5 minutes, and kind of just, ain't going to cool much, but cool enough where I can handle it to take it out. So we'll be back. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. Hey, y'all, look. We don't have a Dollar Tree in my town where I work. We have a Just a Buck, which is the same thing, which is just a $1.25, just like Dollar Tree. But look, aren't these cute pot holders? It's got the rooster, and then it's got this. It's got the clovers, and then a rooster in the middle. Aren't those cute? I needed some new pot holders, so I picked up 2 of each. So I got 4 new pot holders. They're so cute. Oh, and just to let you know, I made up an egg wash. As you can see, it's still sitting in the bowl. I did not put an egg wash on it because all the gooey Nutella was sticking up, and I didn't know how that was doing, but it browned up nicely without the egg wash. Okay, let's do this. See if I can get it out of the pan. Yes. Oh, that's so hot. Ooh, I don't want to mess up my new pot holders. Oh. Oh. Gotta turn it over. There we go. There we go. There we go. The pan out of the way. Okay. What y'all think? It looks pretty, don't it? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, it smells amazing. Oh, look. Some crumbs fell. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I know you want me to cut into it right now, and I want to cut into it right now, but it does need to rest. It needs to cool down before you cut into it, just like with any bread. But oh my gosh, this would be so delicious hot. Oh, okay, we're gonna let it cool. We're gonna let it cool. We're gonna have some restraint, and we'll be back. Okay, we're back.
We're back.
This is Chris, the husband.
Hello.
He's going to be the taste tester for the bread. The internet man came, and he's still working, so it's cooled completely off. So, we're going to go down here, and I'm just going to cut in the middle. Uh-oh. Looks yummy.
That's good. Looks good.
Okay. Oh, it's still warm. Need a paper towel.
That's good. That's really good. I gotta go now. I just want a piece of cake.
Okay. Bye. Love you. Okay. Cut me a little piece. That's good. That's so good. Okay. Lick the knife. Turned out good. Very pleased with it. So, we have got our chocolate twisted bread. And then we have our delicious English muffins. I'm so proud of these, and I'm proud of the bread too. So, thank you for being here and taking this journey with me. Turned out good. My homemade Nutella looks like a big old cow patty and tastes like one too. So we won't be doing this again. But like I said, if y'all have got a Nutella recipe that you've tried and is good, let me know. It's just gritty, and I can't take the gritty. It's like you've got a mouthful of sand in your mouth, and I can't. Texture. Can't do it. But guys, thank you again for joining me, and just stay tuned. I am going to be doing a couple more videos this weekend. I am going to be making my husband's favorite dinner, which is meatloaf, Crackle Barrel meatloaf. And we're going to be doing some freezer meals for breakfast. So, y'all stay with me. Thank you. I love y'all. And see you next time. Bye.